Today, we're going to be looking at homeschooling specifically through the lens of the Leadership Education Mentoring Institute, or LEMI for short.
I think one of the things that's really interesting right off the bat is how LMI views leadership education as more than just like a curriculum. You know, they really talk about weaving it into the family and community culture.
So it's not just about what the kids are learning.
Right.
It's about how the family dynamic plays a role.
It's like a holistic approach to education where leadership is integrated into every aspect of family life. And they've structured their approach around distinct phases of education, from preschool all the way to what they call the scholar phase.
So I'm used to the traditional kind of grade levels. How does that translate?
So the scholar phase is where LMI really emphasizes those deep dives into classic works, you know, really honing those critical thinking skills. It's less about memorizing facts and more about applying knowledge, like a mini apprenticeship in leadership.
Oh, interesting. So it's very hands-on. So how involved are the parents during this phase?
They have something called scholar projects, which are these holistic learning experiences that are designed to be very hands-on and involve the whole family.
Can you give me an example of a scholar project?
Yeah, sure. So one that stood out to me was the Shakespeare Conquest project.
Okay.
And it's not just reading the plays, you know, it's about diving into the language, the history, the poetry, even like the body language of the characters.
Wow.
You know, it's about understanding Shakespeare on multiple levels.
So it seems like LMI really is trying to create a well-rounded learning experience that goes beyond just textbooks and lectures.
Absolutely. And to achieve this, they have this framework they call vision, mission, abilities, skills, and knowledge. So think of it this way. LMI wants to help you, the parent, develop a clear vision for your child's education. Look, what are your goals for them? What kind of person do you hope they become? And once you have that vision, then you can define your mission.
Okay.
And then it's about nurturing the specific abilities, skills, and knowledge they'll need to achieve that vision.
That's very personalized.
It is very personalized, tailored to each child's needs and aspirations.
And they have a program for younger learners too, right?
They do. It's called LMI Junior, and it's designed for kids aged 5 to 12.
5. Now, my niece is about that age, and she loves anything hands-on. What's the teaching style like in LMI Junior?
It's all about fostering a love of learning through exploration and discovery.
I like that.
Very hands-on, project-based learning.
And what kind of projects are we talking about here? What are some examples?
So 2 that caught my eye were RoboQuest,
Oh, okay.
which focuses on science and engineering.
Nice.
And then It's All Greek to Me,
Literally.
which dives into ancient Greek studies.
Okay, so those sound fun,
Yeah, they sound very engaging.
but I can imagine it can feel a little overwhelming for parents, especially those who are new to homeschooling.
Sure,
Does LMI offer any additional support for families?
they do. They have quite a comprehensive support system.
Oh, good.
They have a podcast called LEMI Works
Okay.
that's full of inspirational stories and discussions about leadership education.
I like that.
And then they have an online platform called LMIU
Mm-hmm.
with additional resources, including a free introductory course.
Wow.
And they also hold in-person training events.
So you can actually connect with other families.
Yeah, so there's a real sense of community built into their approach.
You're not just left to figure it out on your own.
Exactly, you're part of a network of like-minded families.
It's not just about the curriculum. It's about the journey and having people to share it with.
And that's something that LEMI seems to understand very well. They require significant dedication from both students and parents.
It's not a passive approach to education.
You got to be involved.
And invested.
Exactly.
LMI's programs and resources do come with a price tag, which might be a barrier for some families.
Homeschooling in general can require a significant financial investment.
It can. So it's important to weigh those costs and benefits.
Absolutely.
But overall, LMI offers a very compelling approach to homeschooling.
I agree.
They've clearly put a lot of thought and effort into creating a program that goes beyond just academics. They're focused on developing the whole person, preparing students for a life of purpose and meaning.
And for those who are intrigued by what they've heard, what would you suggest as a next step?
Explore their website, listen to their podcast, connect with other families, and see if their approach resonates with your family's values and educational goals.
It's about finding the right fit.
The most important thing is that you find an approach that inspires your children to learn and grow. Thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive into the Leadership Education Mentoring Institute. We hope you found it informative and thought-provoking. And
Happy learning, everyone.
until next time.